Welcome into NBA Now. I am your host, Harrison Graham. We got a lot of rumors and news to get into, and speaking of rumors, I hear you could be on the hot seat if you don't go to Pro Flowers. So go to chatsports.com/flowers. They're going to give you 15% off all flowers and gifts at that link. Okay, let's go ahead and jump on in here. Victor Oladipo trade rumors are circulating for the second time this season because he, of course, has already been traded once this year when he was a part of that four-team blockbuster trade involving James Harden. Now, more reports coming out of ESPN's Tim Bontemps says that, the Rockets may ship him out before the NBA trade deadline. Now, Houston's played better since shipping out Harden because he was just weighing the whole thing down. They've played a lot better since, but in reality, A, Victor Oladipo is a free agent after this year, and B, the Rockets aren't contending for anything. They're competitive, but they're not going to win a championship or something like that. Still a 20-point scorer is Oladipo, shooting just under 34% from three-point range. He's probably best suited as like a number 3 for a contending type of team, not a number 1 or a number 2 for a middle-of-the-pack type of team like the Houston Rockets. Now, should the Rockets trade Oladipo? Type Y for yes, type N for no. I say yes because I don't see why they would re-sign him this offseason. Maybe you disagree, but get your votes in. Y for yes or N for no. And even on top of all of that, the Western Conference just continues to be a beast, which is why I think the Rockets finally gave in to James Harden, because both he and the team realized that their window had closed with Harden. The Jazz have 16 wins to just 5 losses. The Clippers and Lakers are going to be formidable, obviously. The Nuggets are coming off a conference finals experience last year. The Memphis Grizzlies are playing well this year with Ja Morant running the show out in Memphis. The Suns are good this year. The Blazers, the Spurs, the Warriors, then the Rockets down there at 10. That doesn't even include a team like the Mavericks, who has struggled early on this year. They were a playoff team last year and still plan to be one this year. The West is a beast. The Rockets aren't exactly built to make a run right now, so I think trading Victor Oladipo makes a lot of sense. Also, it's being reported that they may try to ship out P.J. Tucker, who's an older veteran, is more suited as a come-off-the-bench type for a contending type of team, brings you toughness, defense, and corner three-point shooting. There's no reason the Rockets should keep P.J. Tucker on their roster. I think he would welcome a trade and try to contend for an NBA championship elsewhere. My point in all this is the Rockets need to sell. It's time to fully sell. You traded James Harden. Somehow you ended up with Victor Oladipo in that deal. Double down. Trade Oladipo. Trade P.J. Tucker. Trade anybody. Hell, if someone wants John Wall's contract, ship him out. The Rockets should try and get as many draft picks as they possibly can, because for years they traded all their assets to try and win. Well, that window is past. It's time to rebuild for the next era of Houston Rockets basketball, and trading Oladipo helps you do just that, because he'll get you at least a first-round pick, in my opinion. Now get subscribed to the channel, because as the NBA trade deadline continues to close in, we will crank up our coverage, because it's always fun around the NBA trade deadline, which is later this year on March 25th, so we're about 6-7 weeks away, but tons of videos until then. Hit that big red button and subscribe. Share that link below with a friend. It's youtube.com/chatsportstv. More trade rumors here. How about Evan Fournier? The Orlando Magic started 6-3, and now they're 8-14, and they've got a bunch of veterans on their roster that cost a lot of money, and trading them probably makes sense. The Magic are probably going to be sellers. That's the report. That's the logic. That's what makes sense. Evan Fournier has been linked to trade rumors for a few years now, and he will have suitors because he's someone who can really score and can play multiple positions and shoot the ball from deep. Now, this year he's under 35% from 3, but the Magic don't really have a point guard. He's not exactly getting great looks for the Orlando Magic this year. I would expect that number to go up. Still a good scorer, shooting about 45% from the field as well, so it's not like he's just a spot-up shooter. This is a guy that could be like a sixth-man fill-it-up type for a contending team, or your number 3 or 4 option in your starting 5 if you want to go that route as well. I think Evan Fournier likely gets traded. He's a free agent after this year. Don't think Orlando wants to bring him back because they're not going to be contending anytime soon. So getting something for him at the deadline, probably a first-round pick, Makes a lot of sense. Now, he's not the only guy I think that could be on the move for the Magic. I think Aaron Gordon finally gets traded. He's been linked to trades forever. Nikola Vucevic, that's the guy to watch out for because he's their biggest trade chip, a true 20-point scorer as a big man. Could the Boston Celtics bite? We'll have to wait and see on that one. But I do think you'll see a lot of action between now and the trade deadline on March 25th. So keep an eye on that and keep it subscribed here to Chat Sports. Speaking of action, if you want some on Valentine's Day, you better get your wife, your girlfriend, whoever, some flowers. Maybe it's just your lady that you call on Saturday nights. You give her some flowers, and you get a little something in return, if you know what I'm saying. 15% off when you go to that link, chatsports.com/flowers. It's not just flowers. You got spa packages. You got chocolate things as well. I don't even know what this is, but it looks delicious. My producers tell me it's a chocolate tower. Chatsports.com/flowers, 15% off. Help them at the beginning of the night, and they'll help you at the end of the night. Get 15% off. That link is in the comments. It's in the description. Pro Flowers, 15% off. Take advantage of that deal. All right, let's talk All-Star Game because why not? Well, there are updates here. The NBA is planning on having the game, number one, on March 7th in Atlanta. Voting is underway. I'm sure you guys have seen a bunch of people tweeting about them on Twitter. Vote for Luka, vote for LeBron, whoever it is, with all the hashtags. Apparently, voting's up 70% as well, so there is some interest there. We'll see if the game actually happens. It kind of feels a little weird to have the All-Star Game this year when you're just trying to get through the season without any problems. The All-Star Game doesn't really do much for you, especially if fans can't go to it. Should there be an All-Star Game this season? Type Y for yes, type N for no. I don't have a strong opinion, but I don't know what it really adds to this season, so I'd probably type my 2 for no. It doesn't really make a lot of sense because, to be quite honest, what reason is there to have an All-Star Game? Sure, the NBA would make a few extra bucks on the TV side of things, but you're not going to have fans there, I don't think. If you do, it's going to be just a few scattered in the crowd. Maybe LeBron's courtside buddy will be there, but who knows because it is in Atlanta. That's where it happened the other night, but I don't think there's any reason to have the All-Star Game this year. By the way, I don't really give a damn about the All-Star Game. Do you guys care? Let me know in the comments. De'Aaron Fox thinks it's stupid. If I'm going to be brutally honest, I think it's stupid that the All-Star Game is still on as scheduled. Like I said, I'm not convinced there actually will be a game. I'm sure the NBA is just holding out hope. They want to maximize revenue, obviously, which makes a lot of sense. But I'm not sure how much money there is to really be had for having a game this year. Honestly, I think some players would just choose not to go because, again, what's the point in having the All-Star Game? We'll see what happens. We'll have all the updates here on Chat Sports, youtube.com/ChatSportsTV. Make sure you're subscribed.